Hey, welcome guys. 7th Gen here. It's been a while since we've done a video, but I've got an interesting replay for you guys today from the map Okinawa. I've recently been playing the Russian cruisers. I'm up to the Tier 7 shores right now. And we're on Okinawa. We're lined up down here roughly about the sea point, and I'm trying to get the lay of the land and figure out where I should be heading. And there's a destroyer in front of me, one of these new Pan-Asian line destroyers, and he says in chat in a moment that he's going to head up that way and that he wants to have some AA support. And another teammate says BC, so I start heading towards the C cap, thinking, all right, well, I'm gonna help out this destroyer right here. Maybe he can spot some DDs for me. They only have 2 destroyers. We have 3. Maybe we can take some of those out early and get an advantage that way. And so I start heading that direction and making sure that the rest of our team is also moving along. Still trying to figure out exactly how to play this shores. I know it's definitely a kiting ship, but the gigantic turning circle is pretty hard to get used to. I kind of jokingly say it has a turning circle worse than some battleships, which is actually accurate, but still a joke as far as I'm concerned. And so here we are about to come up into the cap. The friendly destroyer enters the cap. I'm kind of checking around, just making sure that everybody is actually moving and loaded up in the game. It's no fun to think that you've got support when you don't actually get support because somebody's not loaded in yet. So something interesting is going to happen here as we get close to this cap. The first thing that happens is that a couple of ships pop up on the minimap. And the second thing that happens is that there are some planes that decide to arrive. And the thing that concerns me more is the fact that there is a Missouri at about 15 kilometers out. Anything closer than where I am right now is not good. And so I try to take some shots off of this Atlanta because I know that he could really punish my destroyer, who's actually fairly close to where he is. And he's probably getting radared right now, actually, by that Missouri. And so I try to take out the Atlanta, or at least harass him, and at the same time kind of turn, because again, that Missouri is kind of right there. I don't want to push into a battleship, not you know, 2 tiers down and in one of these poorly armored Russian cruisers. So I'm continuing to take shots on the Atlanta, try to help out our destroyer. It does look like we're going to get the C cap, so that's good. And strangely enough, if you check the minimap, one of our destroyers decided that he was going to be brave, and he went A, which is, you know, almost never happens on this side. Usually the other team goes that direction. So now that Atlanta is disappeared, and so I'm going to switch and start shooting at the Missouri here. And this is kind of where I get a little bit confused, because I notice on the minimap that their entire team is basically clustered in that little region right there around. I don't know why we have binocular view. I didn't press anything. Anyway, it's right here. This is where this cluster is. This cluster fuck, if you will. They're all clustered right here, and this is going to make it hard for us to push in and try to get B. So my goal is basically just to harass. We've got a destroyer that shows up, so I'm going to try to get some shots on him. At the same time, I'm also keeping track of my priority target indicator right here to make sure that I don't have too many people shooting at me, because if I do, well, I'll leave a bunch of citadels and die. So we're continuing to take shots. He's intelligently hiding behind that island, but one thing that I'd like for you guys to understand is that you can always shoot at a destroyer if you can't shoot at anybody else. Mr. Kikero right here, he's actually pretty far away from me, and he had used his smoke and was trying to get out of there, but he just doesn't make it. Just doesn't make it. 14 kilometers out. Now you might say, well, you know, 7th gen, yeah, you got the kill. He only had 200 HP. I got the kill, he only had 200 HP is my response. It's important to be able to take out targets that have such a high impact on the game, like battleships, like destroyers when they have low HP. You never know. He could have dropped off of detection right after he had 200 HP and gone off somewhere and decided to come back and torp. So it's really important that you get those kills. So we secured that, and here's the Fiji. He's just sitting broadside like an idiot, and nobody apparently is able to punish him for whatever reason. So I'm going to take some shots off on him. And we don't aim particularly good, but when he comes and completes the circle, we finally are able to get a little bit of hits on him here and maybe get some fires going. Actually, I know that a lot of people run the IFHE on the Russian cruisers, starting at the Badioni, and then also in the Schors and the Chapayev. I do not personally prefer to run the IFHE. I tried really hard. I tried really hard to like it. I just did not like the fact that I never got to set fires, because it does give you a gigantic hit on fire chance. So here that priority target, it popped up for 2 for a second there, and so that was a little bit concerning. But it's back down to 1. What we have is finally, somebody on their team, instead of being clustered up in this region, decides that they're going to bow in and they're going to tank some shit. So here comes the Missouri. Bow in, tanking some shit. He's going to try to bow in and tank into B here. And so I'm just going to try to farm some damage, get some fires on him. Now, if you notice, we're down ships. We're down 4 ships right now. So that's not, obviously that's not good. So we gotta figure something out. We've got to get this guy down. We've got to get that Missouri down, because he's a big imposing target right here. We've got to keep our guys alive, and we've got to kill people. We've got to kill people. And so that's my goal right now. Missouri is he's sticking his nose in there, and he's preventing us from moving up in this direction. Now we do have all 3 caps, so we at least have that going for us. And this Missouri, so we got him down pretty quickly right there, and now for some strange reason he gets to about 28,000 health, and then I don't know if we just weren't able to aim properly, or if he just got really lucky with RNG. Maybe his superstructure was saturated from all the HE damage. It seemed to me at the time when I was playing this game like he lived for a really long time. So he popped his heal there, so that's part of it. So he popped his heal. That's going to make him live a little bit longer. So yeah, so teammate there says we need those kills. He's absolutely right. We are way down on ships. Guys cannot die right now. So I'm just going to keep shooting here. We're going to get some defended ribbons. That's always nice for your XP. Those count actually quite a bit, especially if you can get a number of them. And we're kiting away from the Missouri. A couple of times I did notice that he targeted me from that priority detection indicator. So I'm trying to kite away, but also still keep shots on him. Eventually, I want to be able to push past him. The problem is that I'm in a stupid Russian cruiser, and I can't get close to that guy because he can citadel me through the nose. Like you can't angle, and this thing has such a poor turning circle that it's not like you can dodge shots at close range anyway. So we're gonna get him. And if you notice on the minimap, there's a couple of things that are going on right now, and that is the fact that there is a destroyer in the sea. And now he's too far out. He's 16 kilometers out. He's at full health. We've got a low HP Missouri. It's more important to finish off the Missouri right now. So that's the shots that I'm taking, as I'm focusing on him. We got 2 fires in that salvo. So it's going well, going well on the damage farming, up to 53,000. I think almost all that damage is just from that Missouri alone. So I do give my hat off to Missouri for allowing me to farm that damage. So there he is. He's dead. All right, great. So we got this Kutuzov, and Kutuzov looks like he had just blown smoke. We do not want him to get away. We do not want him to get into the smoke. Kutuzovs are incredibly damaging to your team if they're allowed to free fire, especially if you have a low HP North Carolina like I do right in front of me. And he's really close to the Kutuzov's range, and so we're going to get some shots on him. We actually do get a fire on him. He's pretty low HP. We have this Magi that's closing in. We're going to try to shoot at him once. And the Kutuzov's, obviously his repair is down. So he's got one fire on him. And let's see if we can get a little bit more damage on him. But chances are pretty good that he's going to die. So we're just going to try to finish off and secure this kill. And everything should be hunky-dory. And we just got a second fire on him. He's definitely toast. Definitely toast. Now, if you had been paying attention to the minimap, it looks like our destroyer and CV combined to take out their enemy destroyers. So we do have one DD and they have no DDs. So that's excellent. And here's this Amagi. He's pushing down into B. It's pretty far away though. My spotter plane ran out, so I've got to turn to get into range here. But he is giving me a full, juicy broadside. Amagi is a gigantic, long battleship. And if you're not very good at aiming, like I'm not very good at aiming, then this is the easiest shot to make. Long battleship, moving in a straight line. Just walk him in, get some fires, get some HE damage. And he's at about 40k right now. Looks like he just popped his heel. Maybe we can get a fire on him. We do have a little bit of a problem kind of setting up though if you kind of take a quick look at the minimap. We're trying to get some damage on this Amagi, but if you notice, we got guys coming from here, and we got guys coming from here. Anybody that's right here is about to be crossfired from this direction and from this direction. And you're about to see just exactly how damaging that is. And I'm actually about to go into the crossfire once we take this Amagi out. Partly because it had to be done. I won't lie, it had to be done. We were in the process of losing the game, and it just needed to happen. So we were trying to finish this Amagi off, and then I noticed, oh god, two British cruisers, the bad boys of the cruiser line. We did just get our Witherer, so that's great, thanks to the Amagi and the Missouri, undoubtedly. But we've got a Belfast, we've got a Fiji right here, and these guys are coming around one side, and we've got a battleship and two cruisers coming around the other side. So I've got to get some damage on these guys. Got to protect my destroyer, who happens to be out there. From that, we did manage to kill the Amagi, so that's great. Switched to AP, thinking maybe, you know, I could get some awesome citadels on him. We didn't get any, but we did do some damage. We did reset the cap point. If you're looking at the top of the screen, we are definitely still down. We're definitely still down in ships. And Fiji decides to go ahead and smoke up now. And so now here's where we got our conundrum. Now they're shooting at me. Now I've got Fiji, got Belfast shooting at me from right here. And then we've got these three ships that are going to be shooting at me after they stop shooting at RCV and these guys from right here. And so there wasn't really an option at this point. I could have turned. I could have turned earlier to try to kite out, which is that's what the Schors is good at. But we've still got enemy CV with planes. We've still got tons of enemy ships. We're about to go down in caps. This play had to be made. So here's the Algier. I do go ahead and switch to AP to try to take him out, but luckily our battleship just wrecked his face. And now we've got a situation where I'm having to bow tank to two British cruisers, which, even with the poor armor of the Schors you can do, but then of course you have these two guys right here. And so what essentially is going to be happening is I'm going to be firing at these two guys while these two guys are shooting my broadside. I am trying to turn, as you can see, and maybe dodge some of these shots, but it's hard to do. I was hoping that by stopping firing I would get undetected, but their stupid CV decided to send some planes this way and spotted me. Now, the good thing is that I don't think these guys were expecting this to happen. And hey, Mr. Fiji, would you like a full broadside salvo of Russian strong AP? He says, yes, I would. Oh. Anyway, I was trying to do the same thing with the Belfast, but eventually these guys over here, they got me too low, and I think my shells are probably not going to be on target right here. I think I aimed a little bit too high, we did manage to dodge the torps, but we only got one citadel in that salvo, and I'm not going to get another one off. So, or no, I do get another one off. And yeah, no citadels, 4 overpins, and 1 normal pin, and for not too much damage. Anyway, so I said I can only do so much, guys. What do we got? 4 kills with over 128,000 damage. Tier 7 to Tier 9, not the most favorable matchmaking. It's a close game. It's a close game. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What is going to happen? Well, spoiler alert, we do win, but only because of some balls out play by our awesome destroyer, who I apparently can't get to because I don't know how to operate the camera. Let's see. Last ship selected. Ah, space. There we go. Alright, so there's our destroyer right there. Now check this out. Check out what's about to happen. Our awesome destroyer is going to move up into here. I want you guys to take notice. Talking about earlier about using guns when they need to be used. So you've got a low HP Colorado right there. 1,000 HP. Fortunately, North Carolina dies. Here comes the gunboat. He's a gunboat, right? And what's he going to do? He's going to smoke up and he's going to shoot at this Colorado. Most people wouldn't take this shot because they're thinking, I'm a destroyer, I have torpedoes. It's like, no, guys, no. Sometimes it's appropriate to use your guns. Because if you don't use your guns, just like that destroyer that could get away and come back and torp and kill your teammates, that battleship could have gotten away and could have come back and he could have healed up and he could have come and killed your teammates. So, great job on that destroyer. I'd like to commend him, ACH, the Stranger. Well done. And we've still got, it's still close. We've only got 1 cap. I don't know what else we could do at this point. Our CV apparently is out of planes. Their CV has just got about no planes left. They have 2 cruisers, and check this out. Here comes this destroyer again. He drops some torps. He knows that the Atlanta was over here somewhere shooting at him. Hey, maybe the Atlanta's going to try to sneak around one of these corners and try to get some shots on him and try to kill him or something. And so he drops torps this way, and I'm just like, man, oh my god, if anybody else dies, this game is over. It's over. And Atlanta's dead. So, unfortunately, I forgot to save the end of game score screen, so I reproduced it here for you guys with my amazing Photoshop skills. Anyway, that's the end of the video, so hope you guys get some kills. Have fun.